Hello students, we are going to start a new topic and that is image restoration. Image restoration deals with improving an image. The last time we dealt with something which improves an image, we called it image enhancement. Image restoration also improves an image. So improving an image is something which is in common between image enhancement and image restoration. So we will try to uncover what is the line which divides or which distinguishes image restoration from image enhancement. Although improving an image being common aspects between both the techniques, there are differences between image restoration techniques and image enhancement techniques. If we'll go by the definition of both these terms, you'll see that image enhancement is defined like it is a process of manipulating an image such that the processed image is more suitable than the original image for a specific application. So image enhancement manipulates the original image to give you a processed image such that the processed image is more suitable than the original image for that particular application. And image enhancement is a subjective process, whether the processed image is satisfying or is having a desirable result. It is decided by the fact that whether it suits the psychophysical aspects of the human visual system or not. So since it is subjective, it will also vary from person to person. One person may say that no, this image is quite good. The processed image, the enhanced image is quite good. Some other person may differ by the opinion. He may say no, some other process has to be done in order to enhance this image so that it suits this specific application. So being subjective, the opinions may vary from one person to other, because being subjective, it means by itself that it has to suit the psychophysical aspects of human visual system, and these psychophysical aspects may vary from person to person. It may also vary from application to application. Now when you come to image restoration definition, it says that process to recover an image that has been degraded by using a priori knowledge of the degradation phenomena. So what is image restoration? It is a process to recover an image that has been degraded by using a priori knowledge of the degradation phenomena. So this is how image restoration is defined. So restoration tries to recover an image. Whenever we say recover an image, that means it has been corrupted. The given image, that image that has been given to us, that is corrupted or degraded, and that's why we are interested to recover that image. So that is what we are doing in image restoration. We have a corrupted version of an image, we have a degraded version of an image, and to see here, we do the restoration process by using the priori knowledge of the degradation phenomena. So restoration requires that we must have the idea of what has degraded our given image. So the priori knowledge of the degradation phenomena, the corruption phenomena, we must be aware of if we want to restore an image. So this is a contrasting thing which makes restoration completely different than the enhancement. In enhancement, we may not know the degradation phenomena or the corruption phenomena, how the image is not suitable for our particular application. We are not interested to know about that. But in image restoration, we must have the prior knowledge of what kind of degradation has affected the image which is given to us. In addition, the image restoration is a objective process. It is a objective process, whereas the image enhancement was a subjective process. Image restoration is a objective process. So what does it mean by saying that it is an objective process? It means that a restoration technique will involve formulating a criterion of goodness which should produce an optimal estimate of the desired result. So in restoration, criterion of goodness, it is quite like a devising a performance parameter. So we try to formulate a criterion of goodness. That means we try to formulate a performance parameter on the basis of which we try to improve upon this criterion of goodness or the performance parameter, such that when we are trying to improve upon this performance parameter, it will produce, in doing so, the process should produce an optimal estimate of the desired result. An example or an analogy can be put in this case. Suppose you are preparing for a race, a 100-meter race. Then the criterion of goodness is in how much seconds you complete the race. That is the criterion of goodness, the performance parameter. So in how many seconds you complete the race? You'll try to complete the race in lesser number of seconds. So we'll always try to improve upon this time. The lesser time you take to complete the race, you will say, I have improved upon my racing ability, running ability. In a similar manner, like in the case of race, the time was a criterion of goodness. Similarly, in image restoration also, we try to formulate a criterion of goodness, such that we try to model our image restoration techniques such that it improves upon the criterion of goodness to produce a optimal estimate of the desired result. And desired result is what? Uncorrupted, the undegraded version of the image. The given image was a degraded image. Now we want to do the image restoration to get a better image which is free of that corruption, that degradation. And since this image restoration is based upon improving upon a criterion of goodness, and that's why we say that image restoration is a objective process rather than subjective. Image restoration is not a subjective process, it is a objective process. Whether we matched up to the desired results or not is not decided by any opinion. Rather, it is decided by the performance criterion which has been formulated. It is decided by the criterion of goodness which we have formulated. So this makes image restoration a objective process. Another difference is that whereas image enhancement is a heuristic process to suit the psychophysical aspects of human visual system, being subjective, it has to suit the psychophysical aspects of human visual system. In addition to that, enhancement is a heuristic process. When I say heuristic, it means that it is based on doing and discovering. So it is quite a experimental, it is based upon experimentation. So which enhancement technique will work out to give a or more suitable image is based upon doing and discovering, experimentation. When we try to enhance an image, we may try method 1, method 2, method 3 and method 4, and we just observe the results using our visual system. So which is the result which is psychophysically pleasing to us, we say that that particular the result corresponding to that particular method is better than others. So enhancement techniques are heuristic in nature, whereas the restoration techniques is completely based on mathematical modeling, and that is inverse modeling the degradation. So as I said, image restoration, we need to know the prior knowledge. We must have prior knowledge, means some knowledge which we have to know in prior. In while doing image restoration, we need to have the knowledge of the degradation phenomena. We need to have the idea how the degradation has taken place. So on the basis of that, we try to mathematically model the degradation phenomena, and then we do the inverse modeling. We have the degraded image and we inverse model the degradation function, and then we apply that inverse to the degraded image to get back our undegraded or a desired corruption free image, the undegraded image. So citing an example, contrast stretching is an example of image enhancement. We do the contrast stretching till the point it looks pleasing to our visual system. So contrast stretching is an example of image enhancement. Citing an example for image restoration, image deblurring using deblurring function is an example of image restoration. So when we try to deblur an image, we have been given a blurred image, and by using it we want to have a deblurred image. So in that case we need to model a deblurring function. So we try to first model the blurring phenomena, then we inverse model it to get the deblurring function, and we apply this deblurring function, this inverse model, the deblurring function, we apply it to the given image which is a blurred image, so that the output of the restoration process gives you, by applying this deblurring function, you get a restored image which has least effects of any blurring, While going through the topics, we'll see that restoration is done sometimes in spatial domain and sometimes it is done in frequency domain, and it depends upon the kind of degradation which has affected our given image. If the given image is degraded by some additive phenomena, let's say some additive noise have affected our image whichever is given to us, in that case spatial domain filtering can be helpful. Whereas when image has been corrupted by something like blurring, the spatial domain filtering is not so effective. So we have to take help of frequency domain techniques in such cases. So we'll see, we choose between the spatial domain techniques and frequency domain techniques on the basis of the kind of degradation that has affected our given image.